Tuesday. I thought I was done hearing about Rowley's trip, but I was wrong. Yesterday, our social studies teacher asked Rowley to tell the class all about his vacation. And today he came to school wearing this ridiculous costume. But what was even worse was when some girls came up to Rowley. "Will you tell us more about your trip?" "Sir." But then I realized maybe that wasn't such a bad thing after all. So I started parading Rowley around the cafeteria because after all, he is my best friend. Rowley here just got back from South America. Whatever. Saturday. Dad has been taking me to the mall every Saturday for the past few weeks. At first, I thought it was because he wanted to spend more time with me, but then I realized he's just making sure he's out of the house for Rodrick's band practices, which I can totally understand. Rodrick and his heavy metal band practice in the basement on weekends. The lead singer of this is this guy named Bill Walters, and me and Dad bumped into Bill on the way out of the door today. "Morning, Mr. Huffley." Bill doesn't have a job, and he still lives with his parents even though he's 35 years old. I'm pretty sure Dad's worst fear is that Rodrick is going to see Bill as some kind of role model, and that Rodrick will want to follow in Bill's footsteps. So whenever Dad sees Bill, it just puts him in a bad mood for the rest of the day. The reason Rodrick invited Bill to his band because Bill got voted most likely to be a rock star when he was in high school. Bill Walters, Anna Relton. That hasn't really worked out for Bill yet, and I think I heard Anna is in prison. Anyways, me and Dad went to the mall a few hours today, but when we got back, Rodrick's band practice wasn't over yet. You could hear the guitars and drums from a block away, and there was a random teenagers hanging out in our driveway. I guess they must have heard the music coming out of the basement and got drawn to it. Sort of how moths get drawn to a light. When Dad saw all those teenagers in the driveway, he totally freaked out. Dad ran inside to call the cops, but Mom stopped him before he could dial 911. Mom said those teenagers weren't doing any harm and that they were just appreciating Rodrick's music. But I don't even know how she could say that with a straight face. And if you ever heard Rodrick's band, you know what I mean. Dad couldn't relax with all those teenagers in our driveway. So Dad went upstairs and got his boombox. Then he put on in a classical music CD and let it play. And you would not believe how quickly the driveway cleared after that. Ding, 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 ding. Dad was pretty proud of himself for thinking that up, but Mom accused him of getting rid on Rodrick's fans on purpose. Sunday. Today on the car ride to church, I was making faces at Manny trying to get him to laugh. I made this one face that made Manny laugh so hard that his apple juice came out of his nose. Bah! But then Mom said, "You could have killed him." But, well, once Mom put that thought in Manny's head, it was all over. See, this is the reason I keep my distance from Manny. Every time I have to have a little fun with him, I end up regretting it. Oh, I remember when I was younger, and Mom and Dad told me I was getting a little brother. I was really excited. After all those years getting pushed around by Rodrick, I was definitely ready to move on a notch to the totem pole. Yeah! Yeah! But Mom and Dad have always been super protective on Manny, and they won't let me lay a finger on him, even if he totally deserves it. Like the other day, I plugged in my video game system and it wouldn't start. I opened it up and found that Manny had stuffed a chocolate chip cookie in my disk drive. And of course, Manny used the same excuse he always uses when he breaks my stuff. "I'm only 3." I really wanted to let Manny have it, but I couldn't do anything with Mom standing right there. She said she would have a talk with Manny, and they went downstairs. A half an hour later, they came back upstairs, and Manny was holding something in his hands. It was a ball with tin foil with a bunch of toothpicks sticking out of it. Don't ask me how that was supposed to make up for my broken video game system. I went to throw that stupid thing away, but then Mom wouldn't even let me do that. "Your brother made that for you." The first chance I get, that thing's going in the trash. Because mark my words, if I don't get rid of I'm gonna end up sitting on it. Even though Manny drives me totally nuts, there is one reason I like having him around. Ever since Manny started talking, Rodrick has stopped making me sell chocolate bars for his school fundraiser, and believe me, I'm grateful for that. Before, hello sir, would you like to help support? Not interested. Now, would you like some chocolates? How precious. Skip that one. Made us write our first pen pal letter today. I got assigned to this kid named Mandio Mestopilla. I guess he lives someplace in France. I know I'm supposed to write in French and Malin is supposed to write in English, but to be honest with you, writing in the foreign language is pretty hard. So I don't really see the need for both of us to stretch out on this whole pen pal thing. Dear Mamadou, first of all, I think we should just both write in English to keep things simple. By the way, remember how I said I was gonna end up sitting on Manny's spiky tinfoil ball thing? Well, I was half right. Rowley came over today to play some video games, and he ended up sitting on it. I'm actually kind of relieved to be honest with you. I've lost track of that thing couple of days, and I'm just glad it finally turned up. Dab, dab. And in all the commotion, I threw Manny's gift in the garbage, but something tells me Mom wouldn't have stopped me this time. Rodrick has an English paper due tomorrow, and Mom's making him do it himself for once. Rodrick actually doesn't know how to type, so he usually writes his papers down on notebook paper and then hands it off to Dad. But when Dad reads over Rodrick's work, he finds all sorts of factual errors. Well, for starters, Abraham Lincoln didn't write to kill Mockingbird. Sorry if I said. Rodrick doesn't really care about his mistake, so he tells Dad to just go ahead and type the paper like it is. But Dad can't stand typing with a paper with errors in it, so he just rewrites Rodrick's paper from scratch. And then a couple of days later, Rodrick brings his graded paper home, and he did it like he did it himself. This has been going on for a few years, and I guess Mom decided she's gonna put an end to it. So tonight she told Dad that Rodrick was going to have to do his own work this time around, and that Dad wasn't allowed to help him. Rodrick went into computer room after dinner, and you can hear him typing about one letter a minute. I could tell the sound of Rodrick's typing was driving Dad totally bananas. And on top of that, Rodrick would come out the computer room every 10 minutes to ask Dad some dumb question. Where's the space bar again? After a couple of hours, Dad finally cracked. Dad waited for Mom to go to bed and then typed Rodrick's whole paper for him. So I guess this means Rodrick's system is safe, at least for now. I have a book report to do tomorrow, but I'm not really sweating it. I found the secret to doing book reports a long time ago. I've been milking the same book for the past 5 years. Sherlock Sammy does it again. There are about 20 short stories in Sherlock Sammy Does It Again, but I just treat each story like it's a whole book, and the teacher never notices. These Sherlock Sammy stories are all the same. Some grown-up commits a crime, and then Sherlock Sammy figures it out and makes the person look stupid. Your first mistake, Mr. Burley, was when you forgot to convert Celsius into Fahrenheit. Geek. He's thinking geek. But I'm kind of an expert of writing book reports by now. All you have to do is write exactly what the teacher wants to hear, and you're all set. Man, Sherlock Sammy is so smart. I bet that's 'cause he reads so many books. I bet you're right. There was a bunch of hard words in this book, but I looked them up on the dictionary, so I now know what they mean. I guess you're a little bit of a sludge yourself. A+. October, Monday. There was a kid named Chirag Gupta that was one of my friends last year, but he moved away in June. his family had a big going away party, and the whole neighborhood came. But I guess Chirag's family must have changed their mind because today Chirag was back in school. Everyone was happy to see Chirag again, but a couple of us decided to have a little fun with him before we officially started welcoming him back. So we basically pretend that he was still gone. Boy, I sure do miss Chirag. Yeah, I wonder how he's doing. Hey guys, I'm right here! I have to admit, it was pretty funny. Did you just hear something? Nope, must have been the wind. At lunch, Chirag sat next to me, and I had an extra chocolate chip cookie in my lunch bag, and I made a big deal about it. I wish Chirag was here. Oh, how he loves chocolate chip cookies. I'm not even that hungry, but I'm sitting right next to you. Okay, maybe that one was a little cruel. But I guess we'll probably let Chirag off the hook tomorrow. But then this invisible Chirag thing could turn into the next PU. Okay, so the invisible Chirag joke is still going, and the whole class is in it now. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself or anything, but I think I might have the class to clown in the bag for dreaming this one up. In science, the teacher asked me to count the number of kids in the classroom so she know how many pairs of safety goggles to get out the closet. So I make the big show of how counting everyone in the room except Chirag. 33, 34. There were 34 people in this class. Well, that really set Chirag off. He got up and started yelling, but really hard to stare straight ahead and act like he wasn't there. I am a human being too! I wanted to tell him that he never said he wasn't a human being, but he's an invisible human being, but I managed to keep my mouth shut. Before you go and say I'm a bad friend for teasing Chirag, let me just say in my own offense, I'm smaller than about 95 kids at my school. So when it comes to finding someone I can actually pick on, my options are pretty limited. And besides, I'm not 100% to blame for dreaming up on this idea. Believe it or not, I actually got the idea from Mom. One time when I was a kid, I was playing under the kitchen table and Mom came looking for me. Has anyone seen Gregory? I don't know what made me do it, but I decided to play a joke on Mom and stay hidden. Mom went all around the house calling my name. I think she must have finally seen me under the kitchen table, but she still pretended that she didn't know where I was. Poor Gregory, all in the snow. Oh, boo-hoo. I thought it was pretty funny, and I probably would have stayed hidden for a little while more. But Mom finally got me to crack when she said that she was gonna give my gumball machine to Rodrick. Okay, so that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you like, then smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys.